Hello and welcome to my channel. Today we'll be ranking the 2021 F1 liveries, so I guess let's get straight into it. Starting off at number 10, I've put Williams. Now, this has to be my least favorite livery of probably the last couple of years. The blue lines really don't complement it well, and the orange hints just sort of make it worse, so in the end I've just put in P10. Next up in ninth place, I put Ferrari. Now, I'm not really a big fan of that transition into their classic maroon red that they used in Mugello last year, and the green does not really complement it. It may not be used for most races next year, but even without it, I'm not really the biggest fan of that maroon at the back, so I've put it in ninth place. Overall, however, the rest of the livery is pretty good. In eighth place, I've put Mercedes. Now, the front half of the car was really good. That Petronas blue swoosh is a bit iffy when it comes to the bargeboard area, but overall I like it. However, that transition to white and the AMG splatter in the back, I really don't dig. And that's mainly why it's all the way down here in eighth place. In seventh place, I put Alfa Tauri. What they essentially did is they Uno reversed their car from last year. The white is now on the bottom along with the white rims, which I really like personally. The navy, however, it's especially that swoop near the engine cover, I'm not the biggest fan of. However, the car itself I think is pretty nice, and I've put it in seventh place. In sixth place, I put Haas. Now, Haas have a new Russian out livery for 2021. I personally like it. It's sort of a middle ground for me. It's better than the previous four that I've mentioned, but it's not good enough to break or challenge the top 5, so I've put it in P6, in this case like a middle ground in the end. In P5, I've put Red Bull. Now, I don't really have to say much besides it's the same livery as last year. It's a really good livery that is. It's sort of becoming iconic at this point. Obviously, the Aston Martin sponsorship is gone, and in place there's a Telcel sponsorship from Sergio Perez, but besides that, it's the same livery. In fourth place, I've put McLaren. Now, McLaren has essentially the same livery as last year, like Red Bull. I've put it ahead of the Red Bull because orange is my favorite color and I'm a bit biased. A change that you could see is there's a We Races 1 rainbow near the back where the new Mercedes engine is, but other than that, it's the same livery as last year. So moving on to the podium, in third place, I've put Aston Martin. Now, this is the most hyped livery of the launch season, and I think it delivered. The green looks much nicer on track than it does on the studio, and I think the pink was implemented the best it could be. I wish they implemented some more Aston Martin Racing lime green in there, but I think this livery will improve in years to come, and this is just the first iteration of it. In runner-up, I've put Alfa Romeo. Now, like AlphaTauri, Alfa Romeo Uno reversed their colors, and I actually really like this one, unlike the AlphaTauri. The inverted Alfa Romeo logo looks really nice, and the red on the bottom makes it look a lot less top heavy than it was last year, and it makes it look a lot more sleeker and faster, and I think it's one of the best liveries on the grid, and I've put it in second place. In P1 of my favorite livery, I put the Alpine. Now, it sort of looks like a toothpaste car, but I think the red, the French flag, and the metallic baby blue mix really well together to make a really nice car. I'll obviously miss the old black and yellow Renaults, but I think this is the best successor we could have gotten. And I'm excited to see this on track, and it's my favorite livery of the year. What you see on screen is a tier list, so let's go over the tiers. At the top, we have banging, which are the best of the best. Below that, we have great, which are liveries that I really like, but they're not good enough to be banging. In the middle, we have decent, which are just average. They're not that stuff that I particularly enjoy, but they're not bad by any means. Poor are stuff that I dislike, and awful are just stuff that are plain awful, and I don't want to look at for more than a couple seconds. Starting off at banging, we have Alpine and Alfa Romeo. The Alpine I absolutely love, and the Alfa Romeo as well I really, really enjoy. And those two are by far the best liveries this year. The Aston Martin is actually a pretty good livery as well. However, I just dropped it down to great tier because I don't think it's banging enough. The McLaren and Red Bull as well are great liveries in their own rights. In decent, I've put Haas and AlphaTauri. I don't particularly dislike these liveries, but they're not my favorite. and they go into the middle class or decent tier. In poor, I've put Mercedes and Ferrari. I'm not the biggest fan of stuff transitioning into different colors in the back, and that's why these two are in the poor tier. And awful, I've put Williams because it's just plain awful. Nothing complements anything, and it goes in the bottom tier. Thank you guys for watching. If you have your own opinions on these liveries, you can comment them down below. Subscribe if you're new and like for more content like this, and I'll see you guys in the next video.